Hey everyone, this is Mystic Veteran, bringing you your weekly energy oracle reading for this week. And I pulled 3 cards for the beginning, middle, and end of the week, plus an overall energy for the week. And I am using the Cosmic Cat Wisdom cards by Randy Crutcher and Barb Horn. So you see that for a bit. And I drew flexibility, stretch your limits, grace, everyone is connected, discernment, take a closer look, and equilibrium, find your balance. And they're a bit shiny, so I do apologize, there might be a glare from the light above. So for the beginning of the week, flexibility. I'm just going to read because sometimes when I focus on the book, it gets all blurry and has trouble auto-focusing. So, flexibility. Stretch your limits. Oh, and my kitty's part of the reading. She's just chilling right now while we do the reading. She's the inspiration for my reading. Anyway, if you pounced on this card, it means it's time to stretch your limbs to a new edge where greater possibilities and freedom lie. You may have felt stuck in some area of your life or restricted in your flow of energy, money, love, or whatever you like to create more of. Your fixed ideas of what is possible for you and what is not may be your greatest obstacle in reaching for and realizing any dreams you may hold. If you believe your old stories of how things show up for you or don't, those scripts will continue to direct your life, keeping you catatonic. When we fixate on limited views of what we are capable of, we're not we're not likely to experience life beyond that range of motion held in place by old limiting beliefs. Oh my goodness, I think my cat's actually taking a dump. That's funny. So I'll try to ignore that. The flexibility that is called for in your life now is a letting go of fixed ideas and a ferocious commitment to allowing new ideas, new relationships, and new creations to come into your life. It's time to flex your change muscles by getting clear about what you really want, then observing what actually happens rather than succumbing to the habit of predicting outcomes based on your old stories. The art of flexibility is one you can learn best by getting more comfortable with not knowing. Staying loose, open, and relaxed gives you the power to pivot when things change or don't turn out the way you hoped, at least for the moment. And now she's eating her food. Everything echoes in here. Increasing your flexibility keeps you poised for new and more diverse postures and interesting angles you may never have dreamed could be achieved. Remember that most of the time this does not happen overnight. Fostering a flexible mind is like taking care of a pet. A regime of regular feeding, watering, and exercise is required to maintain a flexible state of mind and body. Other thoughts to stock. Think about who in your life has cultivated this quality of flexibility in mind and body. What can you learn from them? What practices would work best for you to increase mental, emotional, and physical flexibility? Explore martial arts, yoga practice, tai chi, qigong, or other whole body mind practices that could work for you. Okay. And the next one for the middle of the week is grace. Everyone is connected. Let me put this down while I look for it. Grace. There we go. If you pounce on this card, it means you're being asked to become more aware of and honor the presence of someone or something very special in your life. Hold on a sec. Gotta adjust. There you go. It could be a fleeting moment of connection with another being, or a lifelong relationship you've recognized as having an ennobling effect on you. You may experience grace in the feelings of warmth and expansion. She's trying to get under the cupboards. Or sense of the miraculous that come with it. You may experience a state in which you go beyond the boundaries of your own skin and mind to a larger field in which the web of life becomes more real and palpable for you. In some way, you're being blessed, and there may be few words for it behind a background purr. That was weird, just got a cold draft. Sorry, nose itches. Could be that your presence and outstretched hand graces others more so than anything you do for them. Is the effect of your presence, if the effect of your presence is to elevate or enhance their sense of well-being. When you become aware of this effect, you can acknowledge and go with it, letting go of notions you must work or try harder to make a difference. These can do more to separate you from others rather than bringing you closer to a soft and fur-covered state of grace. True grace is effortless. Acknowledging others in your life or a larger life force as magnifying your well-being and higher aspirations is a step toward enjoying more grace and ease. You can't control grace, but you can amplify how you experience it when you give it your full attention. You can realize that even what may seem a mere stroke of good luck may be more than just happenstance, but something you were perfectly perched for and anticipating all along. Goddamn cat. What does grace mean to you? Have you experienced moments of grace? Who and what was present in that experience? Let someone know how they have graced your life. Okay, and at the end of the week, discernment. Take a closer look. Hold on. Discernment. There you go. Discernment. If you pick this card, it indicates an important decision is skittering just around the corner and waiting to be made. This is a good time to stop, be still, and take a look a little harder, longer, deeper to ensure the decision aligns with your core values, who you really are now and want to become. Things are not always what they initially seem. That's why a closer examination and asking the right questions could be key to your best catch. What underlying motives, stories, beliefs, or assumptions are nested within the decision at hand? Discernment requires observation and the collection of information that leads to a judgment. A reasoned or thoughtful judgment is an opinion, stance, or position you have formulated about someone or something based on your ability to carefully discern. To prejudge is to subvert discernment, allowing unconscious conditioning from your early kitten days to the catechisms of unquestioned training throughout life to guide your decisions. Prejudice can contaminate your decisions when coming from a place of unhealed personal wounding or a lack of information, devoid of critical and strategic thinking. It can lead to snap judgments and striking out at enemies, whether real or perceived. Discernment helps you uncover your authentic needs for nourishment, support, and strokes, and then act from that place to capture the goods. It gives enough pause to reflect on whether what's before you is merely fulfilling short-term gratification or is best for all involved. You exercise and build your discernment muscles over time when you look and listen by holding up a lens. That looks both outward and inward. Examine both your thoughts and feelings about a situation well enough to be able to rely on your gut and head as reliable sources, giving you confidence and courage to decide and then act. Identify an important decision you need to make now. What does your head say about it? What does your heart say? Which will you listen to? List your primary pet peeves and judgments. Take one and ask yourself who you would be or how you would act if you did not have this judgment at all. Okay. All right. Equilibrium. Find your balance. You pick this card, it means that somewhere in your life you're feeling out of kilter and may need to seek greater equilibrium in relationship, work, business, or some other aspect of your life. You may feel something is off but don't know what it is. Or you feel something is missing and do not know what that is, but aren't sure how to bring it more fully into your life at this time. Perhaps you're weighing your options and wondering where you will land and how you achieve a more balanced life. Balance is not a steady state as some believe, where you make a move, find that sweet spot, and stay forever. Seeking equilibrium is a work in progress, whether that be in a relationship, finances, work, or creativity. It's about closing the gap between what you say you want and what you're doing to get it. When you know you are stocking what has the greatest value to you, what will provide you with a deeper sense of satisfaction and inner peace, you will feel less tippy, more grounded, and centered in who you really are. Now is a good time to balance your perspective by tapping into your inherent and personal connection to the greater equilibrium of the divine, that bigger field where nature's forces and abundant resources can hold you up and help you land where you most need to be. When you capture what's missing and release what no longer serves you, the scales will then reflect the perfect way for you in your life now. So, write down a list of what you're willing to release from your life and a list of what you want more of in your life. Take the release list, say farewell, and burn it. Take the list of things you want in your life and begin taking actions toward having more of that. So, basically, beginning of the week, you're going to have to be flexible when it comes to doing whatever it is you're setting out to do this week, because not everything could go your way. Weather could, excuse me, sorry, that was breakfast. Weather could be a major factor, like maybe you want to go somewhere but you can't because the weather is bad. Maybe you make an appointment and you have to cancel it for whatever reason and you have to reschedule. Learn to be more flexible this week. There could be all sorts of things that are going to be against you. Not because people are against you, it's just because that's the nature of life. So be flexible in your schedule, be flexible in your mind, have an open mind about certain things, be flexible physically, be flexible spiritually. And that would be, and because of the weather, it might cause you to be late, so you might have to maybe plan ahead and try to leave early, or maybe call in and say, hey, give me an hour before I come into work, or something like that. That's if you can. Some people don't have that flexibility, but if you do, try and use it. In the middle of the week, we have this little kitty paw, and the human's holding this kitty paw and saying everyone's connected. So maybe the middle of this week, since the holidays are over, at the start of a new year, maybe start showing some compassion this week towards somebody. Listen to somebody. Be humble. Be a friend. Be a listening ear to somebody. Maybe somebody you just met. It's just basically being there for somebody. And maybe there's somebody that you have been there for quite some time. And think about it. In the middle of this week, that might pop up. Maybe a close friendship, a friend needs you, or maybe you need a friend. And they're the listening ear for you. So just realize that even though we may be different, we're all connected. And toward the end of the week, maybe some choices or some kind of situation that needs your undivided attention. Maybe you need to look at it from a different perspective. Maybe you need to look at the details, like the fine print in something before you sign it. Be discerning, don't be judgmental, but just observe. That's what discernment really is. It means watching without judging, basically. And if you just met somebody and you're not sure about them, just pay attention to details. Pay attention to what they say, what they do. Don't be quick to judge, obviously. Maybe you're out socializing, you meet new people. We all have preconceived notions from our upbringing. So at the end of this week, just make sure you pay attention. Also, this can be your environment. Paying attention to your environment and what goes on around you. Not necessarily being aware of what's going around you, but maybe pay attention to certain details. Maybe you notice something's off and you want to tell somebody about it. Stuff like that. And now the overall energy of the week is basically finding a balance. This could be any kind of balance. It could be your maybe a physical balance, mental balance, spiritual balance, just your life in general balance. And it seems like in order to find this, you need to be flexible, show compassion, and be discerning. And that will help you find your balance for this week. And of course, finding the perfect balance is a ongoing thing. It's never like you find your balance and you stay there, like the card said. Like the kitty who's teetering on this little scale. Like in order to find his balance, he's obviously got to sit just right to find his balance. But also he has to get off eventually, so he can't always stay balanced. So this week, it might be kind of like a juggling act where you feel out of balance. That's why you might need to stay flexible. Middle of the week, you might need to find a balance between your social life and your personal life. And at the end, maybe you got to find a balance between a couple choices or whatever it is that you need to look at more carefully. So if you like the reading, like and share, thumbs up if you can. If this resonated with you, if this made any sense, please leave a comment in the comment section. If it didn't, I apologize. This is just a general weekly energy reading. So, and I thought this would be kind of like felt like a kitty kind of day. I mean, it was snowing outside. Nothing sticking really. We just got dusted. We're supposed to have snow the rest of the week. Felt like it's one of those days. It's Monday. You want to curl up, be a cat, stay by the fire, snuggle with your human. That kind of day. And of course, I obviously have my own work to do. And yes, I must be flexible today because I'm dealing with some other stuff. So, yeah, things aren't going as planned. So be flexible. It's Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. I will chat with you later.